On the dish this morning, Daniel Rose, the Chicago native who went to Paris and found wild success, now living in dual worlds. Rose runs 2 restaurants, a tiny bistro in Paris, plus the much larger Le Coucou in New York City. There was also his recent partnership with Air France. A lot to digest, so our goal was to waste as little time as possible on our recent trip to the city of love. Steak frite is literally the meat and potatoes of any classic French brasserie. Only at La Bourse à la Vie, Daniel Rose has refined it even further, serving it with blue lobster from Brittany.
Smells like heaven.
It's delicious.
It's a work of art. That's an incredible lobster. So what is in here?
That's just lobster, a little butter, and Armagnac.
Calling this dish perfection might be giving it too little credit, as it's served inside a tight 24-seat bistro in the heart of Paris, in between the Stock Exchange and the Louvre. You ended up in Paris by accident.
Yes, I ended up in Paris by accident.
When Rose landed here, he'd been targeting a career in architecture and was translating Bibles from Greek to English. Until he opened Spring at the tender age of 29 and got sensational reviews from hard-to-impress French critics. What was it about Spring that it was like a lightning bolt, really fast and quick?
It was very fast and quick. I think it was partly the naive approach. I didn't even know that the reviewers had come. It wasn't on my radar. I was too busy trying to figure out what to make for dinner.
Spring was open for 10 years, and by the time it closed, Rose also had La Bourse à la Vie, which employs a staff of 5, and the Michelin-starred Le Coucou in New York City, which he also owns, and employs more than 70.
Look at that.
Delicious. Excellent.
Just 2 totally different worlds.
2 totally different worlds.
Do you enjoy one more?
I don't enjoy one more than the other. I'm very lucky to be able to experience both. But what's the same in each is the attention that we pay to the food.
The attention gets noticed.
Oui, allô?
Oui, bonjour.
As we saw when our interview was interrupted by an anxious caller.
That's actually kind of cute, but despite the interruption.
What was it?
It's somebody calling who has a reservation today and just wanted to make sure that he had one for tomorrow also.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So I guess he hates it, right?
In 2020, Rose partnered with Air France, hoping to elevate airline food. More recently, he hired Ukrainian chefs after the Russian invasion, all under the watchful eye of his wife, Marie-Aude.
Bon, je vous laisse. Bon appétit. Merci.
Also a chef with her own restaurants. The couple have 2 kids together and spend most of their time in Paris.
The cliche of Paris that I had in my mind was turned out to be not at all the case of what I found, but it was better and different and more interesting, and that's how I've been here for 25 years. Crème caramel, sorbet, huile d'olive, chocolat. When French service is at its best, it is the best. There's no mediocre version. Mediocre version becomes bad.
Some of the best was on display in our dish presentation. Leeks with vinaigrette and hazelnut.
I think what I like about things like the leeks, for example, is very simple.
Bright and simple is right.
But it's tasty.
Yeah.
The joy of cooking in France is that it doesn't have to be very complicated.
No, that's the joy of anything, is that it doesn't have to be complicated. Oysters with a curry vinaigrette, created by Marie-Aude. Poulet bourse à la vie, chicken with lemon.
So this is a half of a chicken that's been deboned.
Okay.
And cooked on the skin. Very simple with lots of thyme, and that's the herb and not necessarily the clock.
The famous frites, along with veal ribeye. Steak au poivre. This is the same sauce that was on the lobster.
The lobster, yeah. The same sauce has migrated to New York City. It's one of the few recipes that translates very well.
We also had eggs with mayonnaise and crab, and fresh strawberries.
That's a good strawberry.
We serve them very simply with a little whipped cream that we embellish with a little Grand Marnier.
For dessert, chocolate mousse and flan au crème caramel.
Everything in there is heavy, and the dish is light.
That's magic.
Am I right?
That's it. Yeah, the magic of French cooking.
As simple as it gets. From the former Bible translator, who's anything but.
Quality control, very important.
You're a thinker.
Unfortunately. Fortunately, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad.
No, I don't know that it's bad. I think it's part of a balance.
Because when you're cooking, you're doing. You're not just sitting there thinking.
You have to, even more so if you have a restaurant, you have to serve somebody, and you have to put the thinking aside in order to deliver something that's delicious.
So Daniel was at Le Coucou here in New York City yesterday, and he was nice enough to prepare some food for us. We have the leeks with hazelnuts, the steamed asparagus with a tuna caper anchovy sauce.
Wait, perfectly steamed, I might add.
Great.
Yeah.
Hard-boiled egg with mayonnaise and piquito crab.
Toe crab.
And petit fours.
Oh my God.
You see there as well. So it is. He's amazing, and he's.
And you're right, the simple but delicious.
It's
Yes.
just, it's simple and clean, but amazing. And the difference between the restaurants is just amazing, too. This large Le Coucou here, which he loves running, but then also this really small bistro in Paris that...
Fantastic. Thanks for
just
taking
enjoy
us
as
there.
well.
The Dish is sponsored by Oceana Cruises. Your world, your way.